And now let's head over to the town of Newbury for the architect's presentation on the fire station design.
You have several areas that were addressed in this newest proposal, the 2020 proposal. One, the police station was no longer on the site. We didn't have to save room for it, which freed up areas on the site to work with. Two, we made the footprint of the building smaller. We reduced it by 8 to 10% in an effort to hold down costs. But what happened was, with the elimination of the police station, we went from straight-in bays, from 5 straight-in bays to 3 drive-through bays, because we could now do the drives for it. That's a much better arrangement for a fire station. So a combination of things happened that were very positive for the project. We brought the height down. We tried to make it as compact and as efficient as possible, while still retaining what had the look that we needed for the town of Newbury. That's the bulk of it. The main changes were in the apparatus bay, in that we changed from the 3 to the 5 bays. The administrative functions, we reduced some of the administrative office space, but we maintained everything else, and we have a fair amount of flexibility in there. Other than that, every programmatic need that we addressed in the past proposals was addressed in this proposal. The present station's been there for 50 years, in that range. And, you know, easily I could see this station doing it. Now, if all of a sudden Newbury triples in size, that's another deal. I don't see that happening. I don't think there's enough buildable land in Newbury to that significantly change the population or the needs of the town. This is built with the idea Newbury is, much like New Hampshire, an aging community and an aging state. You're going to see a lot more responses from the fire department to deal with issues of aging, but it's set up for that. You know, it's trying to address that in its present home. We're just going to make it easier in their new home. Newbury has a part-time, it's considered a part-time force. People used to call it volunteer, but they don't have a significant full-time staff. Where that's based on is, of course, volunteers from the community who are willing to make a commitment to be available to do rescue calls and fire calls at all hours of the day and night, on an as-needed basis. The danger becomes, much like many other towns in New Hampshire, most people commute in and out of town, and the pool of volunteers is getting smaller. If you don't have a facility that attracts new people here, that makes a young man or woman come in and say, this looks like a fire station that cares about the firefighters, and I'm willing to make the commitment to be there for them on an as-needed basis. What happens is, if you lose that commitment, then all of a sudden you have to hire people to be there. And the cost of the new station is insignificant compared to paying the salaries for multiple full-time personnel to man your station. To start drawing these people in, if you have a nice facility, in particular a nice area for folks to come and perhaps on a Saturday afternoon watch the game there instead of at home, or a nice place to meet with their friends, you get the benefit of, when these firefighters are there hanging out at the station, they're actually providing coverage for free. And they're available to make the call right then and there. If your fire station is a place you wouldn't want to go into, then you don't get that benefit. This provides for that. This will entice new people to join the force. As the force gets older, we need to bring new people on the force. It will entice them to stay at the station and be available right then and there should a call come in. It's a win-win for everybody, and it delays the town having to consider going to a full-time force. The need for this station, again, I've been involved with this for going on a decade now. The need was there in 2011. The need was there in 2008. I doubt that you've heard many people say to you, the present station is just fine, why are we replacing it? Everybody knows we need to do something about the station. If I could get people to and we've been so close to getting it, it only gets more expensive the longer you wait.
That seems like an important item for consideration for the citizens of Newbury.